Jessica, and welcome back to Seduce Me to the Demon War Damien's Route. So in the last episode, we saw drunk Damien, and that was freaking hilarious. I loved it. But other than that, it seems like Damien is struggling, like, what he should do, because Diana has offered him a way to make him human. She found a reverse spell, because there has been a way to turn humans into demons, but there hasn't been really a permanent way to make demons into humans. But Diana seems to have an idea on how to do it. But the risk is, it would cost him his life. And I said that I would still support Damien whether he picks to be, human or demon, doesn't matter. I'd rather him be happy. So, just good. So I said I'd let Damien choose, but we're gonna see what happens, there. The minute I stepped into the library, Shadow turned from his scrolls to look at me. That was a first. Was he gonna greet me properly now? His raised eyebrow threw me off, though, as if he wasn't expecting me. I walked into the center space, summoning a dark dagger and becoming mentally ready for retractory defense training. However, Shadow raised his hand to me, causing me to relax a bit.
Your training is over.
What? Is it? Wait, what? What did he mean? I opened my mouth to protest, but Shadow held a stern gaze.
I have taught you how to defend yourself, and how to traverse a plane that renders you temporarily untouchable. That was all I was required to teach. You are free to train on your own without a mentor now.
I guess? Sure? I felt like I was tossed into the deep end of the lake. I wasn't told anything about losing my training at any point. Still, I knew that what he was saying was the truth. He was right. I wasn't expecting to learn how to really fight or how to beat someone. All this training was for me to give the ability to defend myself. I completely forgotten about the reason I had even started. Still, I wanted to learn more. I felt that I was losing a golden opportunity, and I wanted to push forward to learn something extraordinary. It was one thing to duck and dodge an invisible opponent, but it was another to truly use dark magic. Shadow turned away from me and went back to the end of the table.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I must return to my research. We have a siege in less than 3 days, and I can't waste any more time.
What is this bitch researching? Is he researching the Dead Sea, where you tell Diana to descend flying off the fucking tower and died? Asshole, I'll never forget that. Never forget. That hurt a bit. I was wasting his time. I felt some part of me yell that I had wasted my own time. Why was I even here? Oh, I don't know if I want to learn more from this guy. Like, his interactions so far with Shadow have like literally enraged me, because I don't like this guy and he's just fucking arrogant asshole. But he knows dark magic, which is pretty cool. I feel like maybe we can learn more. Am I gonna regret this? I probably am. Let's teach me something else, please. You're probably not going to then. Shadow looked over his shoulder, locking eyes with me. However, he didn't say anything. I could feel his gaze burn into my eyes, judging my words and my desire to learn. Why did the music just change all of a sudden? I wanted to know something else. I didn't want my training to end here, with me going off on my own. I had only trained for 2 days, for goodness sakes. I wanted more. Shadow slowly straightened and turned to face me, crossing his arms.
Very well. I would like to see if you are able to perform a rather difficult spell.
Why did the music change? I don't like this. Like, what spell? I suddenly became confused. Was it truly something powerful? I thought of 100 things that he was going to teach me, but he remained at attention, listening.
The spell I'm about to teach you will become your best weapon in battle. However, it takes a large portion of energy. You may not even stay conscious after casting it. Are you prepared to try?
What does that mean? I took a moment to consider it. Well, it seemed powerful. Something about it seemed off. I could possibly pass out. Why would I essentially be jumping levels so fast? Was this something I should be afraid of? I'm gonna save, but first of all, you don't even tell me like what it is. So how am I supposed to give you a straight answer? Like, I don't know. And I don't like that the music just changed all of a sudden. Like, I kind of want to say no. No? I didn't want to do this anymore. Something wasn't right about this kind of magic, and I wasn't gonna let myself become involved with anything deeper than what I already learned. I'm sorry, I changed my mind. I quickly turned and left the room, shaking my head. I was better off training on my own than the strength that I knew. Okay. That was fucking weird. Did I do a mistake? I don't know. I just don't trust Shadow. Sorry, I just really don't. I trekked to my room, letting the day fade to the back of my memories as I remembered Diana's words to Damien. She would have a ritual set up for him if he wanted to be human, but the choice was his. A part of me screamed to stop him. The risk of his life wasn't worth it, but it was something he desired more than anything. The fix seemed simple, but it was deadly. I could lose the man I love over something trivial. But was it trivial?
Of course it is.
Oh no. I wasn't surprised anymore, glaring at the floor as his voice made themselves known in my head.
He's being selfish. Why be a human when he could be happy with you as a demon? Why does this change have to happen?
It's what he wants.
But what do you want? You're the one about to sign your life away to him forever and ever. Shouldn't your opinion matter whether he becomes a human or stays a demon?
I mean, to a degree, yes, but ultimately it's still his decision. Fucking voice in my head. My mind began to agree, but wasn't that selfish within itself? Was I truly that important to where I was allowed to decide Damien's choices because I was his soon-to-be wife? I continued forward, letting the dark chuckle from the voice reverberate in my head into a simple echo. This was my choice and the voice needed to stay out of it. Whatever it was, I would deal with it in due time. For now, my focus was on Damien. We still don't know what the voice is. Like, it's just mimicking Diana. I reached to her room to see Damien standing by the door, obviously waiting for me. As he caught sight of me, he smiled slightly and walked over, meeting me halfway.
Hey.
Hi. Hey. I couldn't mask the worry in my voice. I was nervous, frightened beyond anything else about this. There was a lot at stake, and I became witness to the potential victim to it all with each minute that passed. But would Damien listen? Would he understand? What would he do if I voiced my worries? Would he give a damn about the risk? Did he give a damn? I gazed into his eyes, seeing a hopeful burn within them. His answer was clear, while mine wasn't. It was completely uncomfortable to be in my skin, but I had to accept that this was not an obstacle we had to face one way or another. Damien took up my hand and held them to his chest.
Would you be upset with me if I went through with it?
He's so, no, for me, I wouldn't. Of course I don't want him to fucking die, you know what I mean? But that kind of comes, regardless about the whole demon thing, that kind of comes with, real life. There's gonna be consequences, whatever choice you make, but, ultimately, it should be the person who's doing it, make the decision. It's not really, anyone else's decision. We can support them, we can, say something about it, but it's the person's opinion. A part of me felt like screaming, begging him to reconsider. The other part of me wanted to simply shake my head and accept what was about to occur. I was completely torn. I gripped onto Damien's hand, clinging for something to soothe me, make me feel at ease. When nothing came, I scrambled to try to answer him. Oh god, I do have to pick, I don't know! Please don't, it's too risky. If it makes you happy, then do it. Shit! I'm gonna stay true to, what I feel. I feel like it should be his decision. Oh my god, if this is the wrong answer, I'm gonna, jump out the window. I really don't want Damien to die. Because he's, the one who needs to be happy out of all the boys. I love all of them, and, they need to be happy in their own way, but Damien has suffered the most out of all of them, so I don't want him to be sad, you know what I mean? So, oh god. Whatever makes you happy, bro. Please, that nightmare in the beginning of the game, please don't let that happen. I had to accept it. It wasn't my choice to make at all. It wasn't fair to Damien to demand that he change his mind for me. Besides, I loved him no matter what. Human or demon, he was still the man I loved. I stared into Damien's eyes as I gripped his hands and hugged them to me lovingly. I could see the pure joy in Damien's eyes as he stared down at me, tears lacing the edge. I love you no matter what you are. If you truly wish to be human, then let's do everything we can to make that happen. Oh my god, don't self-sacrifice yourself, please, Damien! Before I let Damien reply, however, I brought his hands to my lips, kissing over them with a now worried expression. I was still scared. I could lose him. But please don't you dare die on me. I can't bear to live without you. Damien, oh, he's just like, please, you're just like, please don't die on me, and Damien's like, I'll be fine. Oh my god. Damien nodded and leaned in, kissing over my forehead gingerly.
I will do everything I can to survive it.
Oh my god. I know your smiling face is supposed to comfort me, but it really doesn't, dude. A wave of relief washed over me just from his words. Maybe he was enthralling me to calm me down, or maybe his love simply reassured me that everything would be alright. Either way, this was happening. I looked up at him and caressed his cheek, feeling him lovingly nuzzle into my palm. Then, let's tell Diana. A smile danced along Damien's lips before he wrapped his arms around me and buried his head into my shoulders. I could hear him whimper a bit in happiness as I wrapped my arms around him, pulling him close.
Thank you.
I could faintly hear the voice of my head scoff.
Wow. You're really going to
Shut
let him
up,
down.
man!
How sad. I guess you'll have to prepare a funeral instead of a wedding.
I rolled my eyes and held Damien tighter. I wouldn't listen to it anymore. I believed in our love more than anything. Oh my god, please tell me I'm right. I can't take it if Damien dies. Like, if that's the ending where he sacrifices himself to save us, like, I'm gonna fucking die. I can't. We would be okay. Oh my god! The 2 days that followed came filled with work from Diana and her group. Upon Damien's request, Diana ordered a massive search for everything needed for the transformation ritual that would normally have been used to make a human a demon. The worry of a ritual bubbled in my core, but I was going to be alright. This was something Damien and I decided together, and this was going to make Damien happy. That was all that mattered in the end. Of course, the experience wouldn't be great even without the lovely voices in my head, trying to convince me otherwise. I settled that the voice was some form of worry, some sort of regret that I was holding that was morphed to represent Diana, the one who placed the worry there years ago. I would beat it out as soon as Damien returned to me as human. As the 7th day arrived, the ritual was prepared for and ready for us. The others gave us their own concerns and wishes, hoping for the best of regardless of what happened. We were positive that we would be okay. Oh god, oh my god, here we go. Entering the war room, Diana looked over at the pair of us, nodding and stepping away from the table. On it were arranged purple and gold candles, all lit with a black and somehow illuminating flames that flickered into the air gently. It seemed mystical and shadow-like, but if this was how it was done, then it was how it was done. There was a space in the center of the table for a body to lay down within the circle of candles, making it clear what was to happen. Oh my god, this is like fucking Eric's route when we have to lay down on the table to take the spirit out of us. Oh dear god, please. Diana gestured to the table, looking to Damien and pointing the large space between the arranged candles.
Lie down when you are ready.
Damien nodded before turning to me and smiling, taking my hand and kissing it.
You'll be here when it's over, right?
Oh my god, you too, right? Fucking Damien, please? I nodded, smiling at him and kissing his hand in return. I will, I promise. A smile was exchanged between us before Damien looked at Diana and walked to the table, stepping up on the block that was placed for him near the table and let him climb onto it with ease. As Damien settled onto the table, Diana walked over to me and took my hand, guiding me towards the table as well. Huh?
A theory. Indulge me.
Okay. I watched as Diana guided me to the chair beside the table, letting me sit on it before taking Damien's and my hands and crossing them together.
This is part of the ritual?
No, but it's a theory I have that might help.
Okay. Diana closed her eyes and wrapped her hands around Damien's and mine, letting a soft purple glow emanate from them and circle around our hands.
You are human and
Okay.
are full of energy.
Yeah?
If something falters, we can use your energy to rekindle it and resume the ritual.
Okay. Fear sank into my core, remembering the risks of this transformation, but at least Diana was trying to find a way to make the ritual work. It was rather thoughtful. Thanks, Diana! Damien smiled at me before laying his head back and staring at the ceiling. I squeezed his hand and Diana removed her hands from our clasped ones. Purple magic continued to dance around our hands and I smiled back at Damien.
Ready?
Oh my god. Damien and I nodded at the same time before both of us closed our eyes. I could hear Diana step back and mutter under her breath of some sort of Latin incantation. I couldn't assess. As she did, the energy around the room began to pulse a wave like an ocean in a storm. The air began to brush against my skin, causing me to look down at Damien, seeing the black fire around the candles surround him intensify in their illumination. I tightened my hold on Damien's hand and shut my eyes again, desperate and hopeful. This had to work. It had to. Oh my god, please!
It won't work.
Shut up! In the darkness of my mind, the voice appeared, making me grimace. Leave me alone.
I'm telling the truth. It won't work. He'll die and you'll be all alone. All because you wanted to make him.
I didn't want to make him anything. This was his choice, ya bitch. I'm gonna ignore it. Fuck off. My silence in reply made the voice silence itself. I had enough of its torment, its teasing and its prodding. Nothing was going to go wrong.
Ignoring me won't change the truth of the matter.
I took in a breath and focused myself, remaining calm and hopeful. I know what you are.
Then say it. Make me believe it.
As I stared into the dark, I could feel a small smile grace my lips. It was clear who the voice was now. You're my worries, my doubt. You were my emotions intensified and transformed to something of haunting being in my head. Its silence became a confirmation. I had personified my worries and doubts, and they had become a voice in my head, trying to guide me towards the wrong choices. As I magically inclined, it became actual shadow that haunted my thoughts and dreams, feeding off my fear and dread and becoming a part of me I couldn't shake off easily. However, now I could. With this transformation, I would finally destroy it. I was wrong to doubt Damien. I was wrong to doubt myself. This is what we need, and nothing is going to keep us from the goal we want to achieve. We will defeat the Demon Lord, go home, and live happy lives together as humans. I want to be firm. I want to stand strong. As I finished speaking, however, the voice simply chuckled.
But if Damien becomes a human, he'll die at the Demon Lord's hands.
Don't say that! I gasped as the memory of the nightmare flashed before my eyes. Damien was human in the nightmare, dying by sacrificing himself for my sake. The simple realization shook my core, making me fearful once again. If Damien became human, I'd lose him anyway. My soul became heavy and racked with doubt.
There we are. You cannot win this little battle with me. Either way, you lose.
This is fucking stupid, honestly. Think of Damien. Don't say anything. Shh. Think of Damien. I began to flood my mind with thoughts of Damien, of our love in the human world. We were so happy and joyous together, forgetting the worries of the world and simply living with each other. There was no greater love story than the story I lived with him, and would continue to love him until the end of time. What? Oh no! Did I make a mistake? Please don't tell me. What? No! 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 What did I do? Damien and Diana's voice ripped from me my thoughts, gasping me at the sight. I became witness to upon opening my eyes. Damien's body became engulfed in the black flames from the candles, the fire wrapping around his body like a cocoon of chains. Oh my god,
Focus your energy and save him!
What did I do? I slammed my hands free into... Oh my god, I slammed my free hand into the hand I was causing tightly, uncaring that the flames were licking at me as well. I dug my hands into his hands, shutting my hands tightly. Don't leave me, please! Oh shit, what? Fight this, take me instead? Okay, I need to save. I'm gonna make a fucking mistake. Fight this, take me instead. If I say take me instead, that's bad, right? Okay, let me try fight this first. Let's see what happens. Death wasn't gonna take him from me. Damien was gonna stay here with me, and I would hold on to him until the very end of this. I prayed, I begged, I hoped that my demand would come through. However, I couldn't stop the flames from entirely encasing his body. The flames, as I held onto Damien, quickly became a snake up his body and his hands to me, wrapping in his Tyson braid and burning over my skin. Whoa! No! What? Soon I was falling back on the chair I was sitting on, slamming onto the floor, feeling my entire body become engulfed in black flames. Soon the cool embrace of death was all I could feel. So we died! The darkness is all I could see. Was it worth it? What did I even, oh my god, apparently no. I end up in flames. Fucking great, I died, alright. Fuck. Alright, take me instead, how about that? I wasn't gonna let death take him. If death was taking anyone, it would be me. The flames, as if they accepted my terms, quickly became the snake off of Damien's body and wrapped around me, wrapping me in their tight embrace and burning over my skin. So I died too? No! Oh, that's even worse! What? So I die? The flames came to encase us, blinding my nerves in endless pain and wrapping me in agony. In the last attempt to live, Damien sat up and wrapped his arms around me, clinging to me tightly.
I won't let you go!
Oh my god, this is even sadder! What the fuck? I winced to the pain between us and gripped Damien in return. The flames intensified in our embrace. I won't let go of you either. I was in tears, hoping deep within my heart that we would live. I loved him, and he loved me. We needed to survive. In a burst of white light, Damien and I were suddenly pushed from each other.
Ah!
What? What? The light became binding. My body felt warm, but there was suddenly no pain. There was no fire around me, no damage done. I was wrapped in white light. Was I dead? My lungs took in the air. My heart was still beating, and my skin felt warm. I was alive. What had happened? What? Slowly the light faded from the room, revealing the war room once again. I had fallen to the ground, aches rushing through my body, and as I looked around. What did we do? What was that? As my eyes locked onto Damien, I gasped, seeing him floating in the air with a large black orb floating in front of his body. His eyes were lifeless, but his skin was still saturated with life. Oh my god! Is this what? Oh my fucking god! Diana's voice forced me to look over, gasping as she glared hard at Damien and held out her hand at the orb in front of him. The orb began to trickle inky black energy that danced through the air and sailed towards Diana's hand, burning up in her palm and fading into her skin. She winced and the veins within her purple-tainted skin began to glow a black color, snaking through her bloodstream through her hand. As the black energy left the orb began to lighten and from a pure black to a silver and finally a white. This was happening. Damien was becoming human. Oh, okay. I was about to say, does he become an orb now? Like, what the fuck? As the orb finally developed a pure white color, the orb floated into Damien's body and made him gasp for air, eyes finally brimming with life. Damien? Damien fell forward, causing me to reach out and capture him in my arms. He instinctively wrapped his arms around me and toppled over, landing on me on the floor with him on top of me. Ugh, again, like the Seduce Me one. Despite the pain in my body, I could feel Damien breathing, hear his heart beating, and see his eyes as they looked down at me in complete shock and disbelief. I felt some eyes run through my own mind in emotion. What happened to Diana, though? What the fuck? We did it. We had done it. I lifted my weak arm and cupped Damien's cheek, seeing him take in everything. Damien, are you okay? I was sure that he was lost in what to say. I was as well. I felt tears gather in my arms as I wrapped my arms around him and hugged him tightly. You're alive and human. I could feel it in my soul. He was human, like me. He had gotten his wish and he was alive to see it. Damien began to shudder in my arms, greeting me with a statement and hugged me tightly, crying into my shoulder. I thanked every deity I knew, every star in the sky. It worked. It really worked. What the fuck? Okay, I looked over at Diana to see her form a large gem in an unaffected hand and slam it into her palm directly over the source of the black veins, causing dancing up her arm. They slowly stopped to their ascent up her arm and began to trickle down into the gem. The jewel that was once pure is now clear like a cut diamond, become black like onyx. As the last of the black energy faded from Diana, she toppled over and gripped onto the gem in her chest, making sure it had not landed on it.
God damn it all.
Is she okay? I couldn't help but stop the happy laughter that erupted from me at the realization of it all. Everything was okay. We were alright. Are we though? Like, I'm just saying. Damien lifted his head up and slowly put me up to where we both were sitting up, wiping his eyes and smiling from ear to ear at me in pure happiness. I smiled and leaned in, kissing his nose gently. We did it. Damien nodded and hugged me to him before looking to Diana, seeing her look up with an unamused grimace.
You almost lost your lives. And you're smiling.
Damien and I looked to each other before Damien let out a breath and hugged me to his side.
Humans are always risking their lives. You wouldn't understand.
Aww. I laughed as Damien did while Diana rolled her eyes and slowly stood up. She's like, bitch, you almost died. Still gripping the gem in her hands. As we stood, Diana tossed the gem at Damien.
Huh? What is this?
Your weapon against the Demon Lord. That gem holds all of your powers and is slowly intensifying its power. Break it, and you'll be able to use your powers one last time at full potential.
Oh my god. Thank you, Diana. So, okay, this is what I'm just assuming, okay, right now, when we go fight the fucking Demon Lord, Damien is gonna sacrifice himself, but now he has the gem, so he can use it against the Demon Lord, so I'm pretty sure he won't die. Please tell me I'm right, I swear to God. I stared wide-eyed at Diana. Where did this come from? Diana looked back at me and crossed her arms, raising an eyebrow.
You're not the only one who saw Damien's fate in a dream.
Oh.
I would rather not see another person die at the Demon Lord's hands, no matter who it is. And I'd rather not be blamed for it.
Oh, bless you, Diana. I love you so much. Thank you. I was stunned. Diana had seen it too. She let out a sigh and began to walk towards the exit of the room, most likely drained from the experience.
We head out in the morning.
Oh my god.
I will brief everyone of the plan once we
happy.
get to the Demon Lord's castle.
With that, Diana left us alone. Damien gripped onto me and looked down at me, cradling the gem in his hand in amazement.
So, we're set.
I nodded happily. Yeah. Our private moment was interrupted by rushing one of the Incubi and their wives into the room, most likely being led in by Diana after she left.
Everything good?
Damien and I looked at each other in shock before nodding to the group, hugging each other lovingly. Yep, it's just two humans cuddling. The group seemed to be excited at the news, gathering around us and visually checking for any wounds or bruises. To my surprise as well, there were none, even after the attack from the Black Flames. Diana really pulled through. Yo, she's a fucking badass! Damien, now being crowded, pushed everyone back to pocket the gem.
We're okay. We're okay.
We still need to check on you, Damien, to make sure.
Yeah. I giggled and stepped away from Damien, kissing his cheek. I was exhausted and needed to get to bed before I passed out in Damien's arms. Let them check you out, Damien. I'll be in the room. Damien stared before nodding, understand that I needed rest. Before surrendering himself to scanning eyes of his brothers, I took in a moment to wave to the others to sneak out towards the room. As Damien entered the room at last, I smiled and stood, walking over and wrapping my arms around as he returned the embrace.
Tonight is our last night here.
Oh, smut, alright. Yeah, we held each other, locked in silence and unable to say anything more. We had been in a heavy predicament and we worked through it. It was something we did together. All we could do in the moment was hold each other and listen to our synchronized heartbeats. As the thought of tomorrow danced in my head, I began to fear it even more. Was I ready to go into battle? Was Damien? Or any of us for that matter? Hey, I was right. Alright, time to do it. I needed to hold him and treat the night like it was our last night of the world. Tomorrow was unpredictable, but tonight was guaranteed. I wrapped my arms tightly around Damien, burying my hands in his orange hair, as he slowly encircled his arms around my waist. Damien pulled me close, knowing exactly what I wanted to do. Damien slowly stepped us back towards the bed and fell forward onto it, pinning me down to the mattress. Oh, okay, alright, with his body as he claimed my lips with his own. I combed my fingers through his hair lovingly. Each touch of his fingers embedded themselves into my memory as I took in his scent, his warmth, his kisses over my skin. I barely felt him slowly ease my legs apart and kneel between them as he danced his... okay. As he danced his tongue against mine. Part of me, however, felt a bit bold. I wrapped my arms and legs around Damien before rolling us over to where I straddled his hips, surprising him. As he looked up at me in shock, I smirked down at him lovingly. You work so hard, Damien. I'm sorry, I'm fucking immature. You work so hard, Damien. Let me reward you. Damien gulped slightly, taking in his new turn of events before I leaned in and kissed him ever so sweetly, brushing my hand over his chest and feeling his skin beneath my fingers. As he quaked beneath me, I felt a rush of pride run through me. I like this a bit. I would explore it further, undressing us slowly, and was possible to grind myself against him. His hands not bound anywhere, caressed over my skin, available to him as his eyes became lost in my form, while a mild form of shyness rushed through me. Why? You've been, like, fucking engaged for 2 years. What? I had to run through with the mood. I wouldn't let myself get out of the swing of heat between us, even as his hands rubbed against every weak spot I had. As it became unbearable to deny ourselves of our carnal needs any longer, we ravished each other and finally made love, gripping onto each other and letting out our moans become the lost in each other's mouths and shoulders. Cool. Alright. Yeah, alright. Damien's hand combed over my back as I dragged my fingers along his chest, seeing the red welts of my dragging slightly over his skin. Jesus Christ, really? Okay. It was erotic to see, but as Damien's hands locked into themselves onto my hips, we began to guide our own rhythm. I became lost in the pleasure within me instead. The bed... Damn it! The bed creaking only became louder and faster wherever we became. We were uncaring of who was around us or who would hear us. We were dancing through the euphoria together, and we weren't going to be stopped. It was perfect ecstasy from beginning to end when Damien wrapped his arms around me and held me close, both of us quaking in our embrace. I could only stare into Damien's gorgeous purple and blue eyes, becoming lost in them, in exhaustion becoming to crawl through mine. I love you, Damien, forever.
I love you too. My life is yours.
That's so sweet, but Jesus, Michaela, damn it. We both passed out in each other's arms, lost in bliss. The world didn't matter until the morning, but even then we knew that we would be alright. Tomorrow would decide everything.
So, this is our last day in the demon world.
Oh my god, please. Yeah, it is. Damien and I stared at the map outline of the dark castle that was once his unwanted home. Damien's hand slowly eased into mine as he spoke again.
I will protect you no matter what. I promise.
Just don't die! That's all you gotta do, Damien. Don't die. Thank you. I listened to him speak before nodding, taking in deep breath. Everything would be okay. We would be fine. I just had to believe in myself and get to the castle when the time was right. Okay. The journey was surprisingly uninterrupted. The sound of the war clashed beside us, causing me to cover my ears a bit from the volume. But I shook my hand and pressed forward, not wanting to become distracted. The goal was to get to the castle. I had to focus. Before I could, however, I was pulled back by my fiancé, barely missing an arrow fly past my nose. Whoa! I turned my head quickly to spot a small group of imps creeping towards me, with one reloading its bow and with another arrow. I quickly grabbed my incubus and focused us becoming one with the shadows of the trees we were under. As the dark consumed our bodies, I felt my energy pulse with the amount of being used. Still, I successfully dragged us both into the shadow plane.
The shadow plane.
I looked back at him and smiled with a nod, knowing that he was completely unaware of what I learned in my training. After all, he had been focusing on improving himself. I lowered my hand to his and grasped it. Rushing forward and pulling him along, he managed to tip a bit before falling along, keeping my pace. Even as some hid away, the scouts trickled soldiers came in our path. We simply ran through them unseen. It took a man behind us a bit to take it in, but he quickly adjusted, knowing now that I wasn't the time for that. I, however, felt my energy quickly drain. I was maintaining 2 people in the shadow plane after all. It only made sense that it used more energy. Still, I wanted to get as far as I possibly could before returning to the real world. I gripped onto my incubus's hand and I began to wane. Slowing my run and feeling heavy wave dizziness consumed my mind. Soon enough, warmth returned to my body and we were both sent back to the corporal demon world. Of course, it couldn't have been perfect straight journey without a couple of final guards at the edge of the tree line waiting for us. A band of remaining imps caught my eye, taking in that I had successfully maneuvered around their lines and reached them. I grimaced and glared at the imps, seeing the groups of the 3 rush despite feeling weak in my knees. However, I was going to defend my incubus as much as I could. I focused once more on making a shadow appear in my hand. As the blade jutted out from my hand, from the handle, appeared into my palm. I grasped the blade and rushed forward with a battle cry. They seemed to stare in shock and bravery, taking in surprise that I arched my blade through the air, slicing one completely open. Yeah! I didn't give the others a chance to shake away from the surprise. Swinging once more at the head of the imp next to my fallen victim, my blade managed to rip through the imp's face and as he fell down with ease. The third dropped his weapon in absolute horror, falling for my intimidation kill. However, I couldn't bring myself to be merciful to the things that had dragged me into this world and trapped me here. I lunged forward and rammed my sword into his face, skewing him to the hilt. His body flailed before going limp, causing me to drop the blade from a sheer weight. As he fell, the sword faded, leaving me with 3 dead bodies around me. That was all I could do before my energy was expended and a wave of exhaustion rolled through my body. I began to fall forward. My fiancé, however, quickly rushed forward and caught me in his arms.
Whoa! I got you. Are you okay?
Huh? I looked up at Damien, staring down at me with the worry and panic in his expression. We were safe for the moment, so I merely smiled up at him with a nod. I'm fine. I promise to protect you like you protect me. Damien softly smiled and hugged me to him, pressing his head into my shoulder.
I love you so much.
Damien! I hugged him back, feeling relief that we had finally arrived at the castle. We were about to rush inside. As he slowly pulled away, Damien lifted me up and helped me to my feet.
Will you be okay?
I nodded, shaking off the exhaustion from my mind. I was ready to end this. I looked up at the castle and felt the determination run through me. Let's go finish this. With that, Damien and I rushed forward into the castle. The final battle had begun. Okay, so I'm gonna end the episode here. That was really interesting. So I did die. I got 1 bad ending so far, but I hope this is okay now. Now that Diana saw the nightmare of, like, Damien dying as a human and sacrificing himself, I'm glad that she saw that too. So now, like, we have an advantage of Damien using his powers one last time, just in case something goes wrong. So that helps. I'm just a bit worried now as to what's gonna happen, but we'll see. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this episode of Seduce Me, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to join the companions. And if you would like to support the channel on Patreon, there's a link in the description. Get early access to videos for Patreon only, and the Discord server to come talk to me, with a bunch of other cool stuff with a bunch of other tiers as well. Or if you would prefer to check out my store, that would help with the channel as well. There's a link in the description. Alright, I think I'm pretty sure I'm at the end now, so next episode might be the last. We'll see. Alright, thanks guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye! If I had my way, I would let you court him. Alright, I'm okay. I feel the heat in my... I can tell. You smelled it so delicious and... Oh god!